your spring reset. And today we have a mobility and flexibility flow. Stay with me. You're gonna be using a towel. This one's gonna be a lot of chest opening and hip opening. So I don't know about you, but those are kind of two of my favorite things to do. They just feel amazing. We're also gonna get some calves, some feet. It's gonna be really an all-around feel-good class. So take a minute, get what you need. Find a deep breath and commit yourself to 30 minutes to just feel really good and to learn something about yourself, because when's the last time you did that, right? So just find a seated position, any position that works for you. You're gonna take your towel and just lay it off to the side. Oh, my towel matches my yoga mat today. How fancy. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, big side stretch over to the right. Inhale, back through center, and switch up and over to the other side. Just gently passing side to side here. If you would rather be up on your knees, you're welcome to be up on your knees. As you take yourself from side to side, really anchor through both sits bones. So not only are you opening through the sides of waist, but you're also really getting a little opening through the hip as well. We'll do one more time, either side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now I want you to take it up and over with the left arm and hold it there. So anchor down through the left sit bone and reach the left fingers up and overhead here, softening through your left shoulder, and then maybe rotating your heart up towards the ceiling a little bit if that feels good for you. Now, if you're really open today, you can absolutely rest your forearm on the right side all the way down the mat. I'm not quite that open today, so I'm gonna stay here up on my palm. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out and see if you can get a little longer. Inhale back to center. If you're cross-legged, go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. And then take your right fingertips up on an inhale. And exhale, big side stretch, hold it over towards the left. Soften the right shoulder and rotate your heart up towards the ceiling as you press your right sits bone down into the mat. Soften both shoulders, soften your face, and maybe close your eyes. Notice if there's difference in one side or the other. I am much tighter on my left side, and that's something that I notice frequently. Take a big inhale. Take a big exhale. Inhale your way back to center and grab your towel. You're gonna take your hands maybe a little bit wider than your shoulders here. You're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Now pause here for a moment and notice when your arms went up, did your rib cage flare open? Did you come here? Soften your ribs, soften your shoulders, yes. Now from there, on an exhale, I want you to pull the towel apart and drop back behind your head, opening your chest. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale, come back to your starting position. Inhale, lift. Exhale, really pull apart of the towel, open the chest, ribs stay soft. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now if you want, you're more than welcome to lift your heart. As you pull the towel down, lift the heart. If you do that, your ribs are gonna open a little bit. Just be sure that you keep your abdominals engaged so you're staying really supported for your low back. If you'd rather stay here without lifting your chest, great. Last time, I want you to inhale, lift the towel up. Exhale, pull it apart. Now hold it back here. Go ahead and soften your ribs and bring your shoulders back over your hips if you did lift your heart. From here, just gently twisting from side to side. Opening the chest. Pulling out on the towel. Oh, that feels great. I am incredibly tight in my shoulders and my chest, so things like this can be pretty uncomfortable for me. And I should probably do them more, huh? Meet me back at center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, lower the arms. Take a minute, shake out your shoulders, because that was a little bit of a shoulder burn. You may want to walk your hands a little wider, especially if you're particularly tight in your chest and shoulders like I am. You're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take them all the way back and down. Yes. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower them down. So for me to do this successfully, I have to have my hands really, really, really wide on the towel. But that's the goal, right? There's really not a point in forcing myself to do something that doesn't feel good, right? This should feel really good, and it gives me information about my body, right? Last one, inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. And exhale down. Set the towel to the side. One more time, you can shake out your shoulders if you need. Flip yourself over onto all fours. I want you to take your knees under your hips. And go ahead and walk your hands forward about 6 inches. So they're a little bit in front of your shoulders here. Take an inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, and I want you to keep moving forward in that position so you almost come into an up dog. Your knees are going to stay down onto your mat. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round through the spine, push the shoulder blades away, and then reach your seat back toward your heels, almost as if you're coming into a child's pose. So it's inhale, roll through the spine, let the pelvis drop, squeeze the glutes as you lift the heart up, and then exhale, round, pulling the belly back, spreading the shoulder blades wide and coming into this little shell shape here. Keep going like that on your timing, on your breath, and holding in any position that feels especially good or especially tight or whatever calls to you here. If you prefer more of a traditional cat-cow, you're more than welcome to do that. But I do encourage you to give this version a try before you decide that you're going to do traditional, just so you can see what it feels like. Who knows, maybe it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to you, right? That might be a little dramatic, but not your kids, not your career. This stretch is the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. Last time, round your spine. And then meet me back in a neutral position, walking your hands back underneath your shoulders and knees are under the hips. Extend the left leg out, keeping the left toes tucked. And drive the left heel back here, just getting a nice calf stretch. You're more than welcome to move here. You can rock forward and back. I actually love to just hold this one and breathe into it. Relaxing my face and my shoulders and my neck. 2 more big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the left leg up by squeezing the left glute. And then pull the left knee to the left elbow, stepping the left foot outside of your right hip. I'm just get my towel out of the way here. Now it might feel good for you to walk your right knee back a little bit more. Externally rotate your left leg so your heel is on the mat and your toes are off the edge of the mat. So you have a nice little lizard lunge here. Now you're more than welcome to just kind of sway side to side if you want to drop down your forearms, or if you're feeling a little creative today, we're going to take some hip circles here. So you're just going to gently move the pelvis in a circle. Now for me, this is a pretty small range of motion in order to feel successful. If you want to take it bigger, I'd love for you to do that. Switch directions when you're ready. Notice if you're feeling tense in your shoulders or your neck here, really try to let that go. Going as fast or as slow as you need, and just kind of feeling out your hip joint. When you're ready, meet me in that lizard lunge position, and if it feels good for you, dropping down onto your forearms. Just taking a few breaths here, maybe letting your forehead fall down to your fists. Maybe you want to continue to rock side to side or front to back. Maybe you want to shake your head out. Take 2 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. If you're down on your forearms, go ahead and press back up to your palms. Hands are on the inside of your left leg. Take an inhale, press your right hip forward. And as you exhale, walk your fingertips back to extend to a straight left leg. It's still slightly externally rotated. Inhale, drop the hips, drop the left foot, and lift the heart. Exhale, press back, straight left leg, feeling your outer left leg stretching, opening. Inhale, drop the left foot, press the hips forward, and lift the chest. Exhale, press back, straight left leg, flexing the left toes. Last time, inhale, reach the heart forward, press the right hip. Exhale, press it back, opening up the left side hamstring. Now inhale, press it forward to your lizard lunge. Tuck your back right toes and lift your right knee up and off your mat. I want you to inhale, lift your left fingertips up to the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to rotate onto that knife side edge of both of your feet and open up, reaching your left fingers back toward your right toes. So I'm pressing into the outer edge of my left foot, pressing into the outer edge of my right foot, and I'm twisting here. So I'm feeling a stretch all the way through my left side body and a really deep stretch through my outer left leg and left glutes. If it's too intense, go ahead and drop your right knee down. That's totally fine. Little lounge lizard position. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, unwind yourself all the way back to center. Keep the right knee down if it's not already. And slide your left leg back behind you, coming into all fours. Take a minute, shake it out however you need. And then tuck the right toes, extending the right leg back behind you and finding the calf stretch on the right side. If you want to rock forward and back, by all means, do so. Feeling the energy of the right heel pressing back. And then seeing if you can take a minute to find a little bit of softness in your face and your neck. That whole lizard series can be intense. It can cause some gripping. So see if you can find that softness that you started with. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the right glute to lift the right leg up. Pull the right knee outside of the right hand. And feel free to slide your left knee back as much as feels good for you. So right leg is externally rotated, right heel is on the mat, and the right toes are pressing off the mat. Now if you want to just stay right here and find a little wiggle or stillness, that's great. If you want to get a little weird today, you're going to circle the hips around. It does not matter which direction you go in because you're going to go in both directions. This is possibly one of the most awkward feeling moves I think I've ever done, but I do think it's an amazing way to really feel what's going on in your hip joint. Go ahead and reverse your circle if you're circling. And really feel there's probably a difference between this side and the other side. That's absolutely normal. That's absolutely okay. It's just really good information to have. Last one. I'm going to go ahead and settle into that lizard position. Maybe you want to drop down to your forearms. Maybe you want to drop your forehead down so your neck can have a little breather. Take a big inhale. Take a big exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Pressing up to your palms on an inhale. Hands are going to stay inside of the right foot. Inhale, lift the heart, press the left hip forward. And as you exhale, walking back towards a straight right leg. Does not matter if it's actually straight. Again, inhale, lift the heart, squeeze the left side glute, and open up the front of the left hip. Exhale, walking your hands as far back as you need to flex the right toes and open up the right hamstring. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, crawl it forward, hold it there, planting the hands, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Inhale, lift your right arm high to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, I want you to rotate to the side of your left foot, Rotate to the outside of your right foot. So you're on the knife side edge. Lower the hips and reach the right fingers back toward your left toes. Now again, if you need more support, go ahead and drop your left knee down here. Feeling a stretch to the left side, pressing the right thigh bone open and really feeling a deep stretch to the outer right glute and right thigh. Take an inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, rotate back to where you started. And again, finding all fours. Tuck the toes and then just gently walk your hands back to sit your seat on your heels. So we're going to take a stretch for the feet here. We're already in it. I know, I was tricky, wasn't I? So toes are tucked under here. This might be really intense for you. Go ahead and lean forward. Yeah. If you're okay staying upright, take this opportunity to feel that intensity and to breathe. Just breathe through it. You might find that your pinky toes kind of get tucked under. You can loosen them out. Soften in your shoulders. Soften in your face. And feel this big stretch through the whole sole of the foot. Join me for 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take your weight onto your hands and untuck your toes. Just pause for a minute. Let the tops of your feet push down into the mat. And then one more time, walk your hands back. Now this time, walk your fingertips behind you and lift up through the shins. So the knees are floating off of the mat and now you're getting a nice stretch for the front, the tops of the feet. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can absolutely bring your hands off of the mat. I actually like to keep my hands down just so that I'm really focused on stretching and not balancing. Broaden across the chest, soften through the shoulders, and again, 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. The last time, big breath in. Big breath out. Gently lower your shins down. Grab your towel and sweep your legs out in front of you. Taking a seat. Wrap the towel around the balls of the feet. Grab a hold of either end of the towel and sit really tall here. Now I want you to start by just taking a calf stretch. I know we already took a little one, but 2 calf stretch never hurt anybody, right? I want you to actively flex through your feet here. So really draw your toes back, pushing your heels forward, and use the towel to get a little bit more leverage. So you're really drawing the balls of the feet back and driving the heels forward. You're gonna get a nice opening through the calves on both legs. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, sit really tall, inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and forward fold, using your towel to walk yourself forward and draw your heart toward your toes. Now, if you don't need the towel, you're welcome to ditch it and grab a hold of the backs of your feet. If the towel helps you stay softer, then I would absolutely use it. Maybe you want to sway, or maybe you want to kind of wiggle your hips, or maybe you just want to stay in stillness. Notice if you're carrying tension in your shoulders or in your face. Let it go on an exhale. Even if you let it go just a tiny bit, that is a major success. One more time, big breath in. Where could you let go just even 1%? Gently roll yourself up to seated, still holding on to the ends of the towel. Roll yourself all the way back onto your back and let your legs extend up towards the ceiling, again with the ends of the towel in both palms. Keep Keep your right leg in the towel and gently float your left leg down to your mat. It can be extended or it can be bent, totally your call. Just find this nice hamstring stretch. I love using a prop like a towel here, or band or yoga strap, whatever you have, because it allows you to really soften the shoulders. A lot of times if I'm reaching up and grabbing for my leg, I notice that my shoulders are up in my ears. So here, just let the towel add extra length to your arms, so you have to do a lot less work. Take a big inhale. Take a big exhale. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, I want you to take both sides of the towel into your left hand and then let your right leg fall open. You could also take it into your right hand. That would probably make more sense. Either one totally works. So your right inner thigh is rotating up towards the ceiling. Notice if your left hip lifted off the mat. Really try to anchor down to the left hip here. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, float your right leg back to center. Bring your left foot up into the towel and switch sides. Right leg gently lowers down. If you prefer to bend the knee and plant the foot, absolutely great. Now again, notice if you're tensing through the upper body. See if you can let the towel do most of the work here. You're really soft through the upper body. Energy up through the left heel. But just noticing how it feels. I like to sway the legs side to side, just getting a little deeper into the IT band. Big inhale. Big exhale. Take both sides of the towel into your left hand. Let your right arm fall out to the right, or you can take your right hand to your hip and help it anchor as you gently let your your left leg fall out to the left. Letting your left inner thigh and your left hip open here. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale your leg back to center. Remove the towel. Let the left leg lower down to the mat. Walk your shoulder blades together and just take a minute to be here, just resting. Something that you probably don't do a whole lot of. 30 seconds, that's it. If you want to close your eyes, go for it. If you want to keep them open, go for it. Sometimes in this moment when I find my mind start to wander, I like to come up with one goal for myself for the day, and not a I'm gonna clean the kitchen goal, but something like I will do one thing at a time today. Goal being the operative word, right? Join me for one more big breath. When you feel ready, you can find yourself back up at seated, or you're absolutely welcome to stay laying down in that Shavasana position. Find any comfortable position with the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let them drop down. And that is your mobility and flexibility flow for week 3. I feel amazing. I hope you do too. And I will see you again on Saturday for, I'm not gonna lie to you, a doozy. It's gonna be a fun one. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Great work.